Yo, let's make sure me. Can you hear me all right? I can't hear you, you know.
Can you hear me again? Can you hear me now?
There you go.
There you go. Sorry, pods are a nightmare.
No worries, lads. How are you doing? You all right?
I'm not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, good, good. What you been up to? You been in
Not
training and
much.
that, yeah?
Training this morning. Nice session in. Just chilling now. Gonna train again in a minute. Go for a run in a minute, and then go back in the gym in the night time.
Yeah.
So busy week. Busy 6 weeks.
Yeah. So that was me question actually. So obviously we're like about 2 weeks out or so before the fight.
Yeah.
What's your schedule like up until fight night now?
Well, the last 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, been training 2 or 3 times a day. With the last 2 weeks, it'll probably quieten down now. Still training hard, just like as far as strength conditioning and stuff like that. Not as much, not too strenuous like strength stuff, just like power stuff and things like that. Just going over techniques. Like fitness wise, I feel like I'm there, feel ready. If we wait, me weight's low, I feel ready. I'm just ready to rock now. Can't wait to get out there.
Yeah. And with your training, do you like have like a week or two where you'll increase the intensity, or do you try and keep it at like a steady level?
Bit of both. So like, uh, not really. So the first like 4 weeks of camp, something like that, it's hard, you know what I mean? So like I'll have 2 sessions, like 2 hard sessions a day, and then one light session. But then as it starts to die down, like the last 2 weeks, I start like focusing on more techniques. Do you know what I mean? So I'll have like one hard spar a week, and yeah, just everything's gonna be nice and light from there on. There on in. Just making sure I'm ready when it comes to fight night. No injuries, just ready to rock.
Yeah, that's the main thing, and you know, avoiding the injuries leading up
Yeah,
to
that's it.
it.
That's it.
Yeah. So how's the weight cut going? You said your weight's well, you're on
Yeah,
track and that.
weight cut's low. I've been using a nutritionist in the gym called John. He helped me in my last camp as well. So he's been going through my diet from more like a technical point of view, and like it's really helped me like understanding like nutrition more, like what I should be eating before and after training, cutting my calories back, what macronutrients I should be having, and stuff like that. So it is good. It is good. And my sponsor as well, BNP Nutrition, he's been helping me with my meals like during this camp, and like that's one of the main reasons why my weight's so low. So I couldn't be more happier. Couldn't be more relaxed going into the next few weeks.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. Like you don't realize how much like a nutritionist can help you. Like
Oh yeah, definitely.
someone said to me that they were overweight, I think the day before, and someone told them, "Oh, go and have like a jam butter or something." And then when he come back to weigh in, he was on weight. I was like,
Notice that.
how does that work? Like,
Yeah,
he was,
that's it. Like for me first 2 camps, my first 2 fights on UKFC, I was just doing my diet by myself. Obviously, I had my teammates there to tell me like what I should and shouldn't be eating, me coaches and stuff like that. Like me and my mum going in the shops, making sure we've got the right stuff in. But it's easier now, like in this camp and the camp before that. It's easier now knowing that I've got someone there to help me with my meals and someone there to like tell me what I should and shouldn't be eating. So like it is good. It is good.
Lefty just messaged there. It's going on left.
Yes, lefty.
So you talk a bit then about how you actually got started in MMA.
I got started. So from a young age, when I was like 8 or 9, like I was always into the sport. Like my brother, he always used to have me watching like old UFC fights. I remember the first fight I got into was Frank Mir and Minotauro Nogueira, the second fight when he broke his arm. And I just remember being addicted to the sport, like, from then on. But my mum wouldn't let me train because I was young, and she'd seen it as like a violent sport. So it used to do me head. And funny enough, when I was younger, we used to drive, when we used to go to Toys R Us and stuff like that, because kids being kids, we used to drive past the old MMA Academy gym. And I'd always say to her, "Can I start training?" And she'd go, "No, you're not allowed." But eventually, 4 years later, she caved in. I was getting picked on in school, and but because I was getting picked on, I was still getting into trouble, like in classrooms and outside the school. So we had to find something to like keep my hands occupied. So I started in a gym called Warrior MMA under Clark Champion, and I started off with Greco-Roman wrestling, and then that progressed into jiu-jitsu, and then that progressed into MMA, and then merged with another gym called Evolve Combat Academy. And then I've trained with a lot of good coaches, a lot of good people along the way, but I wanted to expand that a bit more. So in the end, I ended up joining the MMA Academy. Like, I knew a few people in there anyway, and I knew the reputation, so I was happy to join the MMA Academy.
Yeah. It mad because I think one of the first fights I seen was Frank Mir against Tim Sylvia when he snapped his forearm.
Yeah.
That's mad. How long have you been at the academy for?
I've been at the MMA Academy for about 2 years now. I joined when I was 16 years of age. I wanted to join. I was wanting to join for a long time. When I was in my old gym in Evolve Combat Academy, I went to an interclub, an MMA/Muay Thai interclub, and it was at KC Fight Base. It was where I met Curtis Campbell and Connor Walsh, and I don't think Charlie Barmer was there that day, and James Nixon. I did rounds with Nixon and Curtis, and immediately, like, I saw the level I should be at and I wanted to be at in the sport. So from there on in, I was kind of like pushing towards going to the MMA Academy. And like, looking at the position I'm in now, like, I'm coaching full time in the gym and training 2 or 3 times a day. Like, it was probably a good move on my behalf. Well, and other people's behalf for telling me to move. So yeah, I'm happy I made that decision for myself.
Yeah. So are you still quite young, are you?
Yeah, 18 years of age I am.
Still got a long time in the sport, haven't you, lad?
Yeah, that's it. Got a lifetime of fighting left in me, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Are you gonna fight to your 40s, lad, or what?
Yeah, hopefully I'll fight till my 40s. I'll be having grey hairs and stuff like that by the time I'm fighting, till I'm done fighting.
Be the next Randy Couture, lad, or
Yeah,
global share now.
That's it, lad.
Yeah. So on Almighty, then your opponent is Georgi Stefanov.
Yeah,
right?
that's his name, Georgi Stefanov. Yeah, I've had a little look at him. Like, he looks decent. But he looks a little bit tailor-made for me, to be honest. He looks like a good style for me, a good matchup. Yeah, should be a good fight. With my last 2 fights, they've been close, to be honest. They've been good fights, good war, like a good scrap. But with this fight, I'm having no messing. Like, I'm coming out to hurt someone. And I love it when I'm fighting people, I don't want people who just lay down and die for me. I want someone to come in and punch a hole through my face, and I'm to do the same thing. Do you know what I mean? I'm coming for an absolute scrap. If you're not coming for a scrap, I am just going to run through you. Do you know what I mean? I'll either take you down or I'll put you down.
Either way, you're going down.
Yeah, that's it. Either way, you're either getting stopped. You're getting stopped either way if you're not coming to fight me.
Yeah. So how do you expect him to come in then? So you said he's got a good style for yourself, but he hasn't fought since 2019. I think I've seen his. How do you expect him to come in?
I don't know, to be honest, because in some fights he starts quite fast and he's hesitant in some fights. So I don't know. We'll see in the fight. We'll see on the fight night.
Yeah. Do you think the lack of activity is probably going to make him hesitant?
I it has been a little thought in my head. I have been thinking, because he's been out for quite a bit of time. Will he be a bit hesitant? Will he be a bit nervous? But at the same time, could be a good thing. Could have been just a gym rat and just training non-stop throughout lockdown, or could have just had 2 years off. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I've looked at his Instagram and stuff like that. Yeah, he doesn't post much, so I don't know. Could be an absolute banger, or could just lay down on the floor and die for me. You never know.
Yeah, I guess just be ready for it, and because you could just come out and start swinging at you like, oh, I weren't expecting this.
Yeah, that's it. Could be an absolute nutcase and try and take me head off in the first minute.
Yeah, it'd be a good fight though.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned coaching there. What is it that you coach? You do the intro to MMA, is it?
So I coach the foundation Muay Thai in the MMA Academy. I do private tuition as well, so one-to-one on group sessions. But yeah, I started doing that full time around. I started assisting the class about a year ago, but I've only just took on the class like by myself about a month or two ago or something like that. So I'm enjoying it. I'm loving coaching. Do you know what I mean? That's like the social aspect of it. So I enjoy it.
Yeah. And do you think coaching helps you as well? Like, obviously, you're teaching foundations, but do you think you can take a lot of stuff from others who are learning it?
Sorry, what was that?
So with coaching, do you find you learn stuff from it as well? Because even though you're coaching foundations, do you still find you learn stuff from others as you go along?
Definitely 100%. Because like I say this to a lot of people sometimes. I actually find coaching very beneficial because like I'll watch someone do a technique. I'll have shown them how to do it. I'll watch them do it, but they're doing it wrong. So I'll be like, oh, bloody hell, I've been doing it wrong this whole time myself. So, but I'll see where I can correct them, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
I do like that side of coaching. That side of coaching, I enjoy.
Yeah. Was it? Did you not find it difficult, but was it odd taking those classes by yourself at first?
No, it was an easy adjustment to be honest. They all knew me in there anyway as a fighter, and like I've helped out in the classes throughout the year, so like they are used to me and they know I'm decent. So it was
Yeah.
easy to transition from just assisting it to taking it full time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So after you smash this, Georgie, then what's your activity going to be like after the fight? You know, I think this will be your third fight this year, won't it?
Yeah, third fight. So
So
the plan is, to be honest, I'm gonna get this fight out the way and just see what's next. This is probably gonna be my last fight this year. Chill for the winter, and I'm gonna try and get as active as I can next year. So start from maybe late January, early February, get another fight booked in, maybe a little jiu-jitsu tournaments. So no, just try and keep out there as active as I can.
yeah, we're winter for Harbour Nation, lad, innit?
Yeah, that's it. Hibernation for winter. Get fatter.
Yeah, it can't be doing stuff in this winter. It's too cold.
Oh, no.
Been getting cold recently, like. Yeah, so obviously you're in your armchair. Like I asked this sometimes because I don't find it odd, but I find it like I don't know how to explain it, but like some people have like a short amateur career, and other people sort of think you out. Like I think your teammate Connor Hughes, I think he had like 2 amateur fights, then he turned pro. And you look at someone like I think Mikhaev is his name. I think he had quite a long amateur career. Like, what's your intentions for the amateur scene?
I'm just gonna take it one fight at a time. Listen to my coaches, listen to my teammates. When it's time to like move over to like the pro rankings and stuff like that, like at the minute that's not really in my head. I'm just wanting to build a good amateur career, win as many titles and win as many fights as I can. Just build my name up at the minute, and then when it's time, I'm confident in my team, confident in my coaching. They'll know when the time's right.
Yeah,
But at the same time, in our gym, like everyone's at a different stage, if that makes sense, but we're all fighting like tough fights all the time. So we're constantly evolving, constantly getting better in the gym and like in fights and stuff like that. So at the minute, I couldn't be happy with like the team around me and like where I am. Like I'm 100% confident with it. No matter where I go in the sports, I know we're all gonna do well. We're all gonna smash it.
Yeah, and the good thing as well is that like the regional scene and that it's only getting better, isn't it? So you're going to improve as a fighter as well.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Like even Conor Hughes, like as an amateur, I did used to look up to Conor because like he never took an easy fight. Every time you see him, he was always in a good fight, always fighting good people, and he was always beating them. So when it was time to turn pro, Conor was more than ready. Do you know what I mean? More than
Yeah,
ready to turn pro, and you feel it when you sparred with him. Every time you spar with him during his camps, you feel it. You know what I mean? He's just constantly evolving, and it's the same with everyone in the academy. Every time one of us is in camp or we're all in camp, we're always getting better and better and better.
yeah, yeah, definitely. And one thing I did want to ask you when I was looking through your record, seeing your first fight was in 2017, and then you had a 3-year break. What was the reason behind that time
So
difference?
what it was, my first fight was against Bronson Price at Amateur C. I got beat, and to be honest, there was no real reason like behind the break. It was more of a case I was just wanting to like regroup and just train for a bit because at the time I was only 13 and I'd only
Yeah,
been training for a year, so I probably wasn't ready for that fight at all. So that little 3 year stint, 2 or 3 year stint, it was more of a case of like just building my confidence up, getting my techniques right and stuff like that. Doing into clubs, doing grappling competitions, and then just finding what works for me, what's best for me.
yeah, right. Good. And so sort of a random one then. Uh,
Yeah.
what's one good thing about MMA and one bad thing about MMA?
The one good thing, I enjoy everything, me. I don't know. I love train. I love the training side of everything. Like the fact that I have it in my head, and like I'll sometimes sit there and I'll think to myself, I've gone from wanting to train at the MMA Academy or training in the sport, and I've gone from that to actually being like the foundation Muay Thai coach, and like in my opinion, the best gym in Liverpool, one of the best gyms in the UK. So that side of it, like the training and like the mental side of it, I enjoy. Um, the one side I hate is the diet. When we're preparing for fights and not the diet, because I'm a massive foodie. Like
Yeah,
when I'm not dieting, I eat anything and everything in sight. Honestly, I turn into a proper fatty. So like, yeah, the diet side of it's quite hard.
to be honest with you, I think that'd be most fighters, won't it? Like I can't stand the dieting or the weight cut. No.
Yeah, that's it. To be honest, the weight cut, although it's like the most annoying part, it's the hardest part. I think the weight cut. But on that day where you're actually doing the weight cut, I also think in an hour once I've weighed in, I can start refueling. I can start
Yeah.
eating like a little bit normal and drinking a little bit normal again. So that day it's bad, but it's not that bad in my opinion.
What's classed as your normal eating then? Is that like cakes and that, or what's your normal eating?
Sure, you want to know that? To be honest, honestly, anything, lads. Sweets, chocolates, cereals, pastries, pizzas, burgers, you name it. I'll eat anything. I eat when I'm not hungry, lads. It's bad. Bad.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. Just bored. What can I do? I'll just go
Yeah,
get
I
some
do
food
that.
in it.
That's it. When I get bored, I eat.
Yeah. Um. So, do we have a prediction then for your fight?
Um, I don't have a prediction. I don't know whether I'll get the knockout or a submission or it'll go 3 rounds. I just know I'll be able to get the win. I'm coming out for a dominant performance. It's time. I'm coming out to hurt someone. I'm coming out to launch people through the air, take their heads off. You know, that's just it. I'm coming out there to win. Coming out there, I'm hungry.
I'm glad you're talking dirty to me now. What are you doing? Yeah, lad, you're gonna do well, lad. You're gonna smash him. That I know. You'll get that W. However you get it, you'll get it. Before we finish up, is the anyone you want to thank in that?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank my team, the MMA Academy, my coaches, Jason Tan, Mike Wooten, Peter Davies, Lawrence Fitzpatrick. You know, they're always in my corner, they're always helping me, stuff like that, do you know what I mean? My strength conditioning coach, Nick Santa, my nutritionist, John Cunningham, all my sponsors, BNP Nutrition, Hard Sportswear, Hard Clothing, Perception Theatre, Perception Promos. You know, everyone's always in my corner. My friends and my family coming down to watch me fight, do you know what I mean? Like, all the support from everyone doesn't go unnoticed, do you know what I mean? I'm grateful for everyone.
Yeah.
Grateful.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be there, and that's why I'll look forward to the fight. I know you're going to get the win.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's your plans for the rest of the day then?
Not much. Go for a run in a minute, and then go in the gym in night time just to coach my class, and then that's me done for today. Fairly relaxed day, to be honest. Tomorrow, back to the grind.
Yeah, that's it. All good, mate. Listen, thanks for coming on and chatting with me. Wish you luck, mate.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Take it easy, mate.
Take it easy. It's been a pleasure.